on the TV show. Even if they done exactly like they did it in the comics and killed the person that gets killed off in the comics. If they done it exactly that way and it was predictable and it was like, okay, so-and-so got beat to death, it played out just like in the comics, you know, and most of the Walking Dead deaths on the TV shows don't actually play out like they do in the comics. So that, you know, that's a misconception that a lot of people have. They think because if something happened in the comics, it's going to happen on the TV show. When usually it does play out like it does in the comics, but it doesn't, because it usually happen to a different character. So let's say hypothetically Glenn is the one that dies in the comics. Hypothetically, let's say that happened. It doesn't mean necessarily Glenn is going to be the one that dies on the TV show. That's what I keep trying to tell people. And that probably was a bad hypothetical too, but I'm just saying. Or like hypothetically, if they kill Rick in the comics, it doesn't mean they're going to kill Rick on the TV show. Or Michonne or Carl or anybody. It's just they follow the storylines in the comics, but they usually end up giving that death to a different character. So, anyway, I don't understand why they didn't just go ahead and just kill somebody. Pull the trigger, have the balls to just do it. You know, don't string us along for 6 months off a cliffhanger. That, you know, because it's so long away, because I know October isn't that long away. It's not like a year away or anything, but 6 months is still a pretty good while. Like, a lot can happen in 6 months. And I think it's dumb. Another reason why it's dumb is because we're probably going to find out before then, you know, with social media and the internet being the way that it is, you know they're going to start shooting season 7, if they haven't started shooting already, for season 7 of The Walking Dead. And just like the Glenn thing, when supposedly earlier in the season they killed Glenn off, but then they left it to where, well, maybe Glenn did survive. And then you had to like pretty much guess whether or not Glenn was alive. You didn't know for sure. They did that earlier in the season. And so it got out, though, it leaked. There was a leaked picture of Glenn on the set of, I guess, one of these episodes that we've already seen now. So it got out that Glenn was still alive before the actual episode, because they stretched that out way too damn long, too, about him being dead. And it was basically revealed that Glenn was alive all along. And I think that's what's going to happen with this too. Whoever died, other people that were in that lineup, it's going to get revealed. You'll know before the October premiere of season 7 who it was. So that's why couldn't they have just went ahead and done it, and then you wouldn't have to worry about it getting spoiled. You know, it just irritates me. The whole thing is irritating. You know, I just don't know why Walking Dead feels like it has to try to like do this to their fans and try to like, you know, hook them on a cliffhanger, because everybody's going to come, everybody's going to watch the season premiere in October anyway. They always do. It's always like one of the highest rated shows, not just on this show, but it's one of the highest rated episodes on television every year whenever they have the October premiere. So I don't know why they feel like they gotta try to like hook people with this cliffhanger. It's like a cheap move by the network, I guess, or the showrunners, or the writers, or whoever it was that actually made this call. It's kind of like a cheap move. And another thing, they made this finale that came on last night, they made it 90 minutes long, and they kind of they hyped it up by releasing they had oh man, what's his name? Plays Rick. The guy that plays Rick and Carol, Melissa McBride, and Norman Reedus, the dude that plays Daryl. All of them, they released statements over the past week that when they read the script for the finale, it made them physically sick. And I think that was just them, by them making those statements that this season 6 finale that came on last night was going to made them physically ill. It was the hardest day they ever had to work. Man, that's just bullshit that they did to get people to watch by making those statements. Because you really thought, well, they're gonna really do it. They're gonna kill a main character, one of the core 5 or 6, one of the people that probably have been on the show since the beginning. They're gonna knock off a major character. You gotta make this has gotta be a can't miss, must see episode. And then they do something stupid like this to where it's a cliffhanger. And it's irritating because it irritates me, and I hate that I'm going on this rant or that I'm even recording this rant, but it irritates me because for some of us that don't have like actual lives or that really invest a lot of time and energy into this show, because it's an escape. Just like pro wrestling, it's an escape for a lot of us that love this TV show. I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead TV show and the comic. But I think it's like a big FU to the fans. That they could have just went and did something ballsy, and if they're gonna kill off a main character, show us who they killed off, no matter who it was, and then let it cut off, and then let the cliffhanger be how's everybody gonna deal with this going, into the next season, deal with this death, deal with this major person not being on the show anymore. How that should have been a cliffhanger. So I think this was a horrible mistake, and I don't know if they're going to lose viewers because of it. I'm not going to quit watching the show. I'm still going to watch it. I'm going to tune in October, whatever, to see what happened. I got a feeling though, and tell me whether or not, or comment on this episode on my page or whatever. Let me know if you feel the same way. I kind of got a feeling though they might try to stretch this out longer even in the season premiere, to where the season premiere, maybe they go back to the Alexandria and tell what's going on in Alexandria with Father Gabriel and Spencer and Judah. Maybe they'll go back and have a whole episode just dedicated to what's going on in Alexandria. Or on the season premiere, maybe they'll have an episode just dedicated to Carol and Morgan and the people that they're with now, the new people they just met, which that's going to be a group called The Kingdom. Maybe they'll just have an episode directed to, that's just about the Kingdom and Morgan and Carol. Or maybe they'll have an episode, don't forget old girl, what's her name, Tara and the black dude, Heath. Remember, they're still on their little run or whatever, so they haven't been around for the last 3 or 4 episodes that have happened. They don't know nothing about Denise dying or any of the other stuff that's happened. Maybe they'll have an episode from their perspective. What I'm saying is, are they just going to go 2 or 3 more episodes into season 7 without letting us know who's the person that died in this last episode? Who it was, whether it was Daryl or Glenn or Maggie or Sasha or Rosita or Abraham or Eugene or even Rick, Michonne, or Carl, which I doubt is, one of those 3. Those are the main 3 people. They're not going to kill Michonne, Carl, or Rick. And I really seriously doubt they're going to kill Daryl or Glenn too. Yes, I know what happens in the comments, or anybody tries to tell me. I know what happens in the comics. I just don't think they're going to kill Glenn. I think if they were going to kill Glenn, and I probably just spoiled it if you didn't know, they would have been killed Glenn earlier in the season, or, they would have just showed it if they were going to kill Glenn. Because they know people know what happens in the comics, so why wouldn't they just have... Plus, I think they would have made this episode more about Glenn. They would have centered this more on Glenn if he's the one that gets the baseball bat. And if you notice, they showed a lot of Eugene tonight. They showed a lot of Abraham tonight. I think it's one of them two. It's either one of them two that got killed, or it's the gay dude. What's his name? Aaron. It could be Aaron, because Aaron's not a major character, but he was in the lineup. I really think Aaron was the one that got the bat. Because that guy, he's not even in every episode. He's not a red shirt, but he's not, he's not like a minor character, but he's not a major character either. And I think that's what the person that got their brains beat in, I think it's going to be that dude. That's my pick. Since my Morgan, I thought it was going to be Morgan, but Morgan wasn't even there. So I know Morgan and Carol are safe. Thank God Carol is safe. Hopefully they never kill Carol, and they make Carol's got to go back to being a badass. So I don't like this new Carol. She's got to go back to being old badass Carol. It's, that's the only Carol that I can accept. Because this new Carol is going to get a whole lot of people killed. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. I really didn't like the finale, or I liked certain parts of the finale, but I did not like that ending. And, it's just dumb. I hope Walking Dead doesn't start making a habit of doing this. They did the Glenn thing. Oh, let me go into the Glenn thing first. Okay, earlier in the season, they did this thing where Glenn is on top of a dumpster with the other dude, Nicholas, and they both fall off the dumpster. The walkers or the zombies attack, and you think Glenn gets eaten. But then, later on, you find out that he rolled up under the dumpster, and he survived. Okay, that really, it was kind of stupid too that they did that. That irritated me. But I got over that. I was like, okay, it didn't last that long. It lasted a month. It was kind of dumb that it lasted a whole month and they drug it out for a month. And I was talking to somebody last night about it, and they were saying, well, this isn't as bad as the Glenn thing. But to me, this is way worse than the Glenn thing, because now they're leaving it up to you where multiple characters, well, not multiple characters, but we know at least one character got murked last night. Got straight up just killed. But we don't know who it is. We're not going to find out till October. They're not, I doubt they're just going to just come out and say who it was. So, I don't know. I think it's that Aaron dude, because he doesn't really matter. He matters, but he doesn't matter, He's not like a main person, but that's just my thought. And if it's not him, it's got to be Abraham or Eugene, because that's probably the lesser evil than taking out. They're not going to take out Daryl or Glenn. I don't care that Daryl has a new show on AMC, new motorcycle show, and I don't care that Glenn dies in the comments. Spoiler, but I'm sorry, but I don't care about those things. I don't think they really matter to who's going to die on the show. I think those guys are safe. They're too big right now. I don't know. It just frustrates me that I got to go 6 months to find out what happened. And I'm sure it frustrates a lot of people, not just me, but it is what it is. I'm on a podcast on some other things this afternoon, and please go follow me on Spreaker. Please share my podcast. Shout out to Nathan Elwell, who shared my podcast yesterday. I don't even know if he listened to it or if he cared about the WrestleMania prediction.